From the years of 1969 to 1970, supernatural entities ripped through the time-space continuum, spilling over through various ether rifts and into our realm of terra firma. What commenced was a meddling of airwaves, from ABC all the way to the BBC. These entities would announce their presence at the beginning of televised broadcast by way of cheap AI technology stolen from 5 decades into the future. Then, as the program aired, these impish creatures would insert their supernatural titles without rhyme or reason. Why did this happen, and who were these entities? Watch for yourself, and perhaps you may see. The tiny baby Nosferatu.
Tiny baby Nosferatu is terrorizing the townspeople. All throughout the village at night, the tiny Nosferatu flies from home to home, sucking blood and leaving stinky diapers. It is hard for the people to sleep well with the shrill cry of tiny baby Nosferatu echoing through the hedges and spires. He needs a nap. But he cannot nap until the sun rises, or else he will burst into tiny baby flames. Tiny baby Nosferatu is deceptive in his stature, for he is, in fact, the most deadly of the Nosferatus. He's a stinky diaper cranky boy.
Tiny baby Nosferatu.
She's in the back. There's no one there.
handful, isn't it? What do you got on the driver?
The police have circulated this picture in all places that might give a lead.
You think his own mother would recognize it?
It's doubtful, I agree.
Fingerprint?
No record, no.
You got that heavy vehicle license? It's a good job.
Almost perfect. Would certainly pass any routine inspection. Same applies to all the papers.
When was it stolen?
About a week ago.
Well, let's see the surprise package. Somebody's gone to a lot of trouble.
Yeah, it's a nice piece of engineering.
Beautiful.
Oh, that opens it from the inside.
Crafty.
Wouldn't do for me. I suffer from claustrophobia.
Bloodstained?
Miss X didn't get away scot-free. Rare blood, too.
AB? What else have you got on her?
The van driver's description. This is how she looked, according to him.
Now, what's a
Tiny baby Nosferatu.
like you doing in a place like this?
Good question.
Well, it's functional.
Makes up into a bed. Oh, and she left this behind.
Very tasteful. This design, it's not standard, is it?
No, and we haven't been able to trace it.
Couldn't be an authentic coat of arms.
No, I tried that. The College of Arms didn't come up with anything.
Well, it looks like an heraldic device.
College of Arms drew a blank. May I have a look at that, please?
Maybe it belongs to someone out of the Almanac to Gotham.
It's a possibility.
I don't see why you've thrown out my idea. Customs and immigration wouldn't search every tanker. And it's quite simple to flood parts of the compartment. For most examinations, anyway.
She's probably just nuts about...
Tiny baby
I
Nosferatu.
remember a girl once. You're right. You better check up on the aristocratic thing.
Somebody's obviously been reading the back numbers on the train robbers. Wanted men transported in style to any country you care to name.
If you're right, the system's blown now.
Well, it's worth repeating. I suggest we keep a weather eye cocked for another disappearing tanker. Is this the lady that vanished?
Uh-huh.
May I have that now, please?
Well, I'll have to get to work on the lists and the photographs and take a copy of the insignia.
I shouldn't bother.
You don't mean to say you recognize it?
You won't find Paolo Cortelli in the Almanac de Gotha.
Paolo Cortelli?
Oscar Wilde used to give cigarette cases to his friends. Paolo Cortelli gave lighters. Chacun a son goût.
Who's he?
Oscar Wilde.
Paolo Cortelli.
Paolo? He's vulgarly known as
Tiny baby Nosferatu.
has a computer for a brain, manages on a couple of yachts and a chateau outside Rome. A couple of years ago, I was introduced to him in the American bar, and we ended up playing stud poker for a week. When I finally breathed fresh air, I didn't even own the shirt I wore. It's all in index finger, left hand.
Abridged, of course. You think he gave the girl the lighter?
Unless she pinched it. Somehow, I don't think so. Paolo will certainly give a name to her.
2 years is an awfully long time.
And poker players have a way of moving on. He lived outside Rome.
And appeared at her in Rome, off the Borghese Gardens. I wonder.
Oh.
Maledetto sia. Jason! Jason! Egyptian king. Let me introduce you to Fabiola.
Enchanté, mademoiselle.
Bene, grazie.
Let me get you a drink. Basta, basta. Let's see now. Your favorite drink is that famous whiskey from...
Stornoway.
Stornoway.
No ice.
Yes, I remember.
I've got an incredible memory, Paolo.
Ah, for certain things, yes.
As a matter of fact, that's why I'm really here. I want to jog it.
Jog it? Jog it? This I do not understand.
Jog it. In Italian. Yes. I just want to see if you can remember someone.
Ah, si, jog it. Go ahead, Jason. Jog me. Basta, tesoro, basta. Sigaretto, eh? Grazie. Ah, Jason, you know, it's nice to see you after all this. Hey, where did you get this?
Under the circumstances, do you think we could go somewhere else?
Don't worry about her. She doesn't understand a word of English.
Really? I imagine you gave it to one of your girlfriends.
You imagine? I'm darn sure. I don't give these things to men, eh? Cheers.
Oscar Wilde. How many gifts have you made, Paolo?
Now, really, Jason, I've lost count. Come here. Look. Must be over 100. Maybe more. Later, eh? What is it, Jason, eh? Did you find this being used by...
Tiny baby Nosferatu.
No.
I'm very relieved. I thought maybe you came here to punch me in the nose. Basta, basta.
Paolo, you recognize her?
Is she the one with my cigarette lighter?
Could be.
Some mystery about this girl, eh? Well, you know, Jason, it's a very bad drawing, but it could be one of two girls.
You recognize her?
Yes, it could be either Anita Hildblom, a Swedish girl I met in Mallorca, or else
Yes?
it could be
Tiny baby Nosferatu.
I met in Paris. Very athletic. She played tennis at Wimbledon, you know? June Rourke. Oh, wait. No, that was 3 years ago. And as I remember, 2 years ago, she was killed in a car accident.
Is there any remote possibility that she could be English?
Yeah, Veronica. Veronica Bray.
When did you last see her, Paolo?
About a year and a half ago, sir.
Ciao.
Oh, Jason. She flies. Flies like an...
Tiny baby Nosferatu.
I wonder if I put salt on her tail, she'd loop the loop for me. Do you recognize her?
Turn it off.
What?
Turn it off.
What I'm saying to you is, do you recognize her as the girl you saw in the tanker?
Oh, this is her, is it?
That's what I'm asking you.
Well, it's not easy, is it? I mean, I only saw her for a couple of seconds, didn't I? Well, the light was bad, and her eyes were closed. But I'd say
Yes?
could be.
You mean it is?
Yes. Thank you. get your hair cut.
Hello?
I checked on June Rourke and Anita... Hildland? Yes, well, Jason's friend was right about the American girl. She was involved in an automobile accident in Los Angeles. She died in hospital on June the 16th, 1967.
Well, what about the Swedish girl?
Well, her name's now Anita Falman. She's Mrs. And she's 8 months pregnant.
Well, congratulations to Mrs. Falman. Thanks, Annie. We'll be in touch. That's it. It's got to be Veronica Bray. Your department. You want a number? I've got it.
Yes?
Echo from the past?
I don't recognize the note.
Paolo Cortelli. I just got back from Rome. He made me promise to look you up, take you out, and bring you these.
Paolo. The memory lingers on. I'm flattered.
I've always wanted to meet you.
Tiny baby Nosferatu.
I'm afraid you're mistaken. My name is Jason.
Mike! Mike! Mike, you're wrong! Let me in!
So this is where you live. I was told you work late hours, Miss Hurst, but I didn't really expect to find you here now.
Is that the time? I didn't realize it was so late. I had some clearing up to do.
Developments?
Perhaps. We think we've identified the girl in the tanker. Veronica Bray.
Her face gives nothing away.
They never do.
I came to tell you I'll be away for a week, possibly 10 days. A cruise.
Vacation?
Unfortunately, no. My secretary can contact me and I'll be in touch myself. Oh, and I'd like to be informed on this one.
I see you are. All we really need now is another lead.
De sortir. Et là, venez voir. Regardez, vous avez vu? Non, ici.
come in. Come in.
Well, surprise, surprise.
Pleasant?
Sure, but what are you doing here?
I bought you some cognac.
Ah, it's very small.
It's the thought that counts.
Thanks. Now tell me why you're really here.
Cynic. Remember Jason saying something about looking out for another missing tanker? Where is he, by the way? He should be here.
That's a very funny story. He thought he'd taken care of this boyfriend of Veronica Bray's. Well, he walked out the door and collapsed. Woke up 20 minutes later.
Hope he saw the humor of it.
Not really. It was intended for Cotelli. Now, what gives?
He wasn't hurt, was he?
No, only his pride. He told me about it. We're keeping a round-the-clock watch on Miss Bray. It's his shift.
Anything showing?
Not yet. Now, come on, come on.
Just after midday, on the Route Nationale between Aix and Fréjus, an A12 tanker was hijacked. 2 men on police motorcycles masquerading as patrolmen knocked the driver out and took off with the tanker.
Vaucluse, Vassal. Be good places to lose a tanker.
Stuart, I'm pressed for time. I'm on my way to Nice.
Nice? Nice? What gives?
Our bird is on the wing. I followed her to London Airport.
Hey, listen. You remember that idea of yours about another stolen tanker?
Yes?
Well, guess what?
What?
And guess where? The south of France. So be sure you don't lose her. And don't let her recognize you.
What's happening?
It's all beginning to fit. Tanker was stolen here. Our girl is headed here.
Well, she shouldn't have had to do that for herself.
You don't exactly suffer for your art, do you?
You don't expect me to plunge into retirement in 12 years' time without adequate preparation, do you?
Has anyone tried to contact her yet?
Don't think so, unless it's been done by phone. I'd offer you a glass of champagne, but it's very bad for you in small doses, in all this heat.
Maybe I can get the lady to join me in a drink. How tall did you say her boyfriend was?
Enormous. Stuart, I'll signal you with a
Tiny baby Nosferatu.
if I see him appearing on the horizon. Encore de champagne. Oui, d'accord.
Look, do you mind? Your parasol. It's putting me in the shade.
How did that happen? Yeah, I'm sorry. You see, I haven't been in the sun much lately. It can be dangerous.
Will you fix it, please?
Oh, sure. Well, that was a nice start, huh? Now, wait a second here. Nothing that can't be fixed. Ah, beautiful. Now, how's that? No? You know, I think I'm gonna have to pick up the whole thing. Ow! Oh, very close. I tell you what I'm gonna do.
Il bella sola. How's that?
You're welcome. Hey, listen. You wouldn't, by any chance, have a...
Tiny baby Nosferatu.
Would you?
No, why?
Well, you see, I'm...
Suffering?
hungover.
It happens.
I'm thinking of taking the cure. Tomorrow. Waiter? Hey, would you like some?
Orange juice, please.
That's very healthy.
The day is young.
Oh, a lager, please. Very cold. And an orange juice.
Why don't you come in? That'd clear your head for you.
That's an idea. On the other hand, it might start me thinking about last night.
Was it so bad?
Oh, bad. Very bad. You know that Black had the nerve to come up 7 times in a row?
And you were on red. I know.
Glued.
Look after my things for me, will you?
Got him with my life.
Voilà, monsieur.
Feel good?
Refreshed.
Vacationing?
Permanently.
Lucky.
Would you pass my wrap, please?
Sure.
And you?
Waiting.
For what?
My luck to change. Where are you staying? Don't tell me.
I wasn't going to.
The Modern, right? My name is Stewart.
And mine's Taylor. Mike Taylor.
Sounds familiar.
Good of you to tell the desk where I'd find you, Veronica. Now, this is Veronica, by the way. I'm afraid I cut off the introduction. You weren't expecting me today, were you, Veronica?
No, Mike, I wasn't.
Well, something's come up. Something we need to talk about.
Don't let me stand in your way. I've had enough sun for one day.
Oh, I like that. Shows sensitivity. It's not everybody who understands when they're not wanted.
You underestimate your powers of communication.
Thanks for the orange juice.
My pleasure.
One day, Mike, your jealousy won't be welcome. And that day, you're through.
I understand.
Tiny baby Nosferatu.
Don't ever forget that when you're playing around. Without me, you'd do nothing.
The record's familiar.
So let's not play it.
What's happening?
I've had contact from Geneva. The date's been brought forward.
To what?
The 23rd.
Too soon.
No. We can be ready.
I said it's too soon.
For 2 million.
2 million?
And the order's been doubled. That was confirmed from Johannesburg.
You know, Mike, it's possible to be too greedy.
Is it? Or do we go for it?
It's tempting. That man,
What do you think of a girl who carries about 20,000 francs around with her? Not a single...
Tiny baby Nosferatu.
Frustrated. What are you up to?
A gamble. A straightforward gamble.
Jeux sont faits, rien ne plus. Rien ne va plus. Le 34, rouge, paire et passe. Alors, messieurs, dames, faites vos jeux, je vous prie. Faites vos jeux. Faites vos jeux. Le 27, rouge, impair et passe. Allons, faites vos jeux, mesdames, messieurs. Faites vos jeux, messieurs, dames. Faites vos jeux. Les jeux sont faits. Rien ne va plus. Rien ne va plus.
va plus. 27 rouge, impair et plat. 27 rouge, impair.
You checking up on me? No, at least no more than usual. Bianco's docked his yacht here.
Cruising, that's nice.
Yes, a cruising conference. I came ashore with a party of people and saw you as I crossed the door.
Oh, we haven't had any breaks yet.
But I gather you found the...
Tiny baby Nosferatu.
Baited the hook.
Are you expecting her?
Well, if I'm lucky.
No doubt I'll read all about this when I get your department's expenditure account.
Oh, don't worry about these. I stole the money.
I see. Thank you. Are you following up on the other stolen tanker?
No, just watching the girl.
Well, you know best. I presume I'll be hearing from you in due course? Pity it's stolen money.
King speaking.
Annabelle, did you see...
Tiny baby Nosferatu.
Oh? Why?
Just wondered. Look, is anything happening down there?
No, nothing. We'll contact you if there's any news. Annabelle, we're very busy.
Voilà, madame. Allons, faites vos jeux, mesdames, messieurs. Faites vos jeux. Les jeux sont faits. Rien ne va plus. Le 13, noir, impair et manque.
Why don't you play 7? Lucky 7.
It looks like your luck isn't in tonight, Stuart.
Well, maybe it'll change now that you're here.
In your position, I wouldn't count on it.
Faites vos jeux, mesdames, messieurs. Faites vos jeux.
What do you say?
I think you might as well play 13.
Rien ne va plus. Rien ne va plus.
Now tell me, Stuart, how could you be so stupid coming here tonight?
Well, maybe you don't scare me at all, Mike.
Now, you'll have to leave this place sometime. And when you do, I'm going to give you
Tiny baby Nosferatu.
one you'll never forget.
Le 11, noir, impair et manque.
You've lost again, Stuart.
Yeah, I think I'll give it a rest. Now, about that lesson, Mike.
Now?
Now.
I'm going to enjoy this, friend. Well, now, may the better man win.
Tiny baby Nosferatu.
s'en fait, rien ne va plus.
Le 34 rouge, père et passe. Faites vos jeux, mesdames, messieurs, faites vos jeux.
You've got sand on the back of your neck. What happened to Mike?
I don't think he'll be joining us.
He's never been put down before.
Well, he's pretty tough.
Rien ne va plus.
Stuart.
Rien ne va plus. Le 13 noir, impair et manque.
I told you you'd bring me luck. It's for the lady.
Merci, Jim.
Stuart! Stuart! Look, you've given me far too much.
Oh, it's interest on the loan.
Wait. Money.
What about it?
It interests you.
In the right quantities.
Then you'd be interested in 2 million sterling.
Oh. 2 million?
No, not funny.
Convince me.
Your share, 200,000.
I take a lot of convincing.
All right, but you are interested.
Sure, I'd have to be crazy not to be. When's the action?
Less than a week. I'll tell you more tomorrow morning. Meet me at the Pirate Plage, 11.
What about Mike?
Mike's mine.
Tiny baby Nosferatu.
Faites vos jeux, mesdames et messieurs.
It worked. Like right out of the textbook. Meet the newest member of the...
It's all right. She doesn't speak a word of English.
200,000. And that's just my cut. The total take will be 2 million sterling.
Very impressive. Where does the tanker come in?
Yeah, I don't know yet, but the action takes place in less than a week. I'll find out the rest tomorrow. Pirate Plage, 11. Where are you going?
Guess. I'll give you 2 clues. Binoculars are all very well as an hors d'oeuvre. Gambling's not the only vice on the Riviera. Basta, Fabiola. Basta.
Waiting for the wife. A lager, please.
Oui, monsieur.
What's happened?
I don't know.
They just pulled the girl out of the water. I don't think she's breathing.
Une fille qui s'est noyée.
Tu la connais? Elle est morte.
She's dead.
Was this all? What do you expect from a stolen roll of film? Microdots, secret plans?
Was something, anything. What are you so happy about?
Well, it occurred to me that Miss Bray might have purchased more than one roll of film.
So she stuck in her thumb and pulled out a plum and said, "What a clever girl am I."
I am.
I should have known it.
Well, what did you get? Airport.
Ollie?
Several of Veronica. Taking off, you think?
No, no luggage. Some kind of survey?
Could be.
You missed it.
It's Veronica. What are we supposed to see?
The background. Well, they wanted a photograph, so they obviously snapped her so that no one would get suspicious.
Background?
Well, it's an aircraft. I can't quite make out what type.
I blew it up and put it on a slide. Et voilà, messieurs.
Beautiful. It's so simple. And remind me to take you out to dinner. A Trojan tanker, driven out to an aircraft, carrying what? You name it. Out of the cylinder they come, and attack in the middle of the airfield. No warning. No way of the guards giving the alarm. And then they calmly drive away with their haul. Beautiful. I must remember to use it.
Which aircraft?
Oh, yes. There is that. So here we are, 20th. Diamonds from Liberia, value $500,000.
Now, the number is 2 million. 6 Van Gogh, for Lautrec, for Degas.
No, that's worth more than 2 million.
Arriving from Johannesburg the 23rd. Gold bullion, 2 million.
And that's today.
Vos papiers, faites voir. Regardons le numéro. C'est bon.
C'est.
Vous pouvez partir. Ça va.
C'est.
Anything? Not yet. I think gold will be unloaded any second.
When the cat's away, the dog usually calls it a day. You don't think Taylor's tucked his tail?
Not a chance. This could be the answer. now.
We made good time to the garage. Now, believe it. Maybe we haven't made it yet. Grant will open up if we have.
Drop the artillery. That means everybody. You should have left Veronica in charge. Maybe she would have handled it better.
No, she couldn't have done any worse. But then none of us
Tiny baby Nosferatu.
are we, Taylor?
Well done, Mark Kane.
And Collinson, the tight-lipped security head of the Degration gold mines, repeated his congratulations. Well done, Mark Kane. Under the circumstances, he could say very little else. He's published the whole thing.
Did he mention the working over he took at the hands of Mike Taylor?
That he left out.
I'm not surprised.
The only difference is Mark Kane solved the case single-handed.
Annabelle, doesn't he always?
Where is Jason? I haven't seen him this morning.
Well, I saw him briefly. He said he preferred something a little more dramatic.